The best 4 picks in fantasy football 2023. This is video 3. This is player number 3.
Justin Fields.
Number 1, Joe Burrow. Number 2, Jahmyr Gibbs. Both links are in the description of the video. Go watch both videos. This is part 3, player 3, video 3. Part 4 probably coming tomorrow. Why will Justin Fields win you a league in 2023? Why is he number 3 on my ranking of the 4 best picks in fantasy football 2023? The Fantasy Football Show, it begins right now.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Take a lap.
Smitty, he's not accurate. Smitty, didn't you watch him last year? He literally just ran around. Smitty, if he runs less, let's say he does pass better, then he loses value because he's not running anymore. Smitty, Chicago, they're not good. All the other analysts out there are saying to wait on QB, and why go early quarterback, Smitty? Okay, let's attack every single one of these garbage reactions by people. Knee-jerk storytelling, repeating what other people say. Oh, he's inaccurate. Inaccurate like Jalen Hurts was inaccurate the year prior, when everybody and their mother came into our live stream and said, Jalen Hurts is an inaccurate quarterback. Jalen Hurts is not going to be a good quarterback. Jalen Hurts better do it this year. He's got A.J. Brown. If he doesn't do it this year, it'll never happen. Look, Justin Fields was running around the field, running for his life in 2022. His wide receivers were garbage, and even the ones that were garbage were injured. I'm not saying Mooney can't be good in a number 2 role, but Mooney was not a number 1 wide receiver, and he was being asked to be a number 1 wide receiver, and then everybody got hurt. You literally had only Cole Kmet trying to stretch the field and be his number 1 wide receiver. And if you talk about accuracy, how does a man that's throwing inaccurate passes all season long throw for only 11 interceptions? Riddle me that. How does a guy like Justin Fields not get complimented when he literally has no one to throw to, tries to extend a play, and still manages to run for as many yards as he ran for? This guy did phenomenal things with very little help in 2023. And if you really look at what Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears did, is they cut players and trim the fat off the bone across the board. And kind of in reckless fashion went skeleton crew, bare bones 2022 on this man, putting everything on his shoulders. And it was a miracle he didn't get hurt worse than he did last year trying to carry the team on his back. But trimming the fat allowed the Bears to come into 2023, loading up, revamping, trading for DJ Moore, drafting an offensive lineman. The Chicago Bears have done everything you could possibly do to turn a franchise around, surrounding their elite quarterback with the talent that might not just be good. The Bears could win their division. The Bears could march deep into the playoffs, and you can shake your head all you want. If you're not open-minded to this guy getting weapons like DJ Moore, offensive line, and improving well beyond being okay, you're just a Fields hater or a Bears hater, which is fine. I get it. We need enough doubters in order to keep his ADP at bay, and his ADP is in round 5, sometimes 6, but mostly round 5. You win a league in round 5 with Justin Fields if he returns top 1 to 5 quarterback numbers. If he returns 1 to 3 quarterback numbers, which he is fully capable of doing, you annihilate your league. So to address the inaccurate comments one more time, you aren't watching the film if you think he's out there throwing very bad passes all over the field. You have not watched anything. You're admitting to me that you don't watch the game. You merely look at a stat or listen to an analyst that's looking at a stat and not watching the game. When you judge his accuracy last year off of running around, trying to have wide receivers run second chance routes because everybody's at the end of their garbage route. Nobody's open. Fields has looked for somebody for 4 or 5 seconds, scrambled around, and now he takes off, still looking for an open wide receiver, finding nobody, making juke after juke downfield, running for over 1,000 yards, doing all of that, sometimes throwing the ball out of bounds to protect himself.
Inaccurate.
Really? You're gonna blame him on running around, scrambling for his life, missing a wide receiver that is running his second route badly, dropping the ball, not being open, going the wrong direction, or Fields throwing the ball out of bounds. You're really judging this man's accuracy numbers off of throwing the football while he's scrambling around for his life with no wide receivers. Tell me you don't watch football.
Fields is inaccurate.
Boom, you don't watch football. Get out of here with that. Same thing we heard on Jalen Hurts. Oh, he's going to be inaccurate. You'll see. Where are all those people now? Nowhere. The answer is nowhere. Or they're on the train. They're on the Jalen Hurts train now. Get out of here with your inaccurate comments, Bob. And this whole notion of he only runs, it's just, pile it right on top of what I just said. He's running out of necessity. He was actually a drop back passer in college. This guy just happens to be one of the best running quarterbacks in the National Football League. He doesn't want to run. He wants to throw the ball. They got him DJ Moore. Do people really think that an improved offensive line, which it is going to be improved greatly, DJ Moore stretching the field, now Cole Kmet not being the only option is going to be running across the middle wide open. And with the stretched out field, guess what Justin Fields is going to do? When he does have to rip off a run, he's going to have more open space with a stretched out defense. He'll be able to just run 40 yards, step right out of bounds. Run 20 yards, step right out of bounds. He'll run smarter. He'll get hit less when he's running with the stretched out defense. Having DJ Moore is vital. DJ Moore not only stretches the field, but makes Mooney more relevant because now Mooney can not be counted on as a number one wide receiver, and hopefully he'll be healthy this year. Tyler Scott, they drafted, could be a very good option. Cole Kmet is going to be wide open, as I said, because he has the field stretched out and he's going to be knifing around all over the place. Fields is going to be so much more accurate, as I already alluded to. And this whole notion that he only runs is ridiculous. He had to run last year. He'll still run. He'll be more efficient running the ball, though, because, again, the defense will be stretched out. Imagine him right now running without a stacked box. Imagine him running with a defense preoccupied with DJ Moore and other parts of the offense. Does anybody think he's going to run less effective? And this ties right into, is running less going to be bad, Smitty? Because we kind of counted on his running. If he's not running as much, that means he's throwing well. This is very, very easy. You take one away, you add it over here. It's not like he's going to run less and throw less. What are you talking about? I shake my head because I went through this all offseason last year. Jalen Hurts was one of our biggest bold predictions on the channel, and boy did we land it. And it was so frustrating to hear all of these Calebs out there, these complaining Caleb's and worried Williams saying, Smitty, Jalen Hurts is not accurate. He can't do it. He's going to fail. He's not a good quarterback. All he can do is run. Heard the same thing about Josh Allen, a guy I called the top 1 to 5, not top 5, top 1 to 5 quarterback before he threw a single pass in the NFL. I know quarterback. It is a wheelhouse of mine. Can I miss? Yes, everybody misses, but I'm not missing on Fields. We've already seen him land. I didn't miss on Hurts. I didn't miss on Josh Allen. Fields will be magnificent in 2023, and running less won't even necessarily equal less rushing yards, because as I mentioned a minute ago, if he's more efficient running the ball, if the defense is stretched out, and instead of trying to run against a stacked box or very tight defense where he's getting hit and he's trying to scramble around and break free to break off a long run, guess what he's going to do now? Like I said, run a 30-yard untouched run out of bounds as the defense closes back in on him. This is a man that's going to run more efficient, more yards per carry potentially. If not, it'll still work out because he's going to throw more. But I'm merely pointing out that someone's suggesting he'll run less effective because he runs less. He'll run less because he's throwing the ball. And it really is funny to me that people don't anticipate that he'll be running more effectively, more efficiently with the defense preoccupied. If you're pulling that defense away from the offensive line, what do you think that offensive line and setup is going to look like to Fields? He'll be licking his chops to just break one off. It'll be so much easier for him to roll outside and continue going and marching the football 30 yards down the field when DJ Moore's attracting attention all over the middle of the field. Like, what do people think? He's going to run less effective? He's going to be more efficient. Running less does not equal less. What are we talking about here? And the Bears aren't good. The Bears aren't good. The Eagles weren't good. I mean, I rest my case. Mic drop. Eagles weren't good. Eagles weren't good. Bengals weren't good, Smitty. The Bengals are the Bengals. Mic drop. What are we doing here? Does everything just keep repeating itself? If you're bad, you can't get better. Are the Jets the Jets? Are the Jets not going to be good this year? Hey, Unger, Where are you right now with the Bengals? How do you feel about the Bengals? Teams change all the time. Teams evolve. Teams get better. If you think this is the same Bears team, I don't even know why I'm talking to you right now. Why are you even watching my show? If you truly believe the Bears are the Bears and they'll always be the Bears, and you think they can't get better, they aren't getting better right in front of your face, I don't know how to help you. I really don't. And early QB, why not just wait for Deshaun Watson several rounds later? You can do that if you want, but I'm not scared about stepping up in round 5 or 6 to draft a quarterback. I'm not scared to do it in 4. I'm not scared to do it in 2. I'm the biggest advocate of early quarterback, middle round quarterback, late quarterback, all in one. You can win all of those ways. And for anybody that thinks drafting Fields in 5 is making you light at another position, I have a concept to sell you. Why don't the Patriots sign a 3-year, $33 million Devontae Parker? I'll sell you that if you believe that taking Fields in round 5 is early. That's late quarterback drafting, ladies and gentlemen. This is an early quarterback like Joe Burrow in round 4, and that's why Joe Burrow is number 1 overall. Joe Burrow belongs in round 2. You know who also belongs in round 2, technically speaking? Fields. He belongs in round 2. He does. He could score and hang with Mahomes and Hurts and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. He can hang with every one of those guys every single week. Why are we calling him a risk at all or not a complete home run in round 5 is beyond me. Justin Fields wins you leagues in 5 because he belongs in 2. Joe Burrow wins you leagues in 4 because he belongs in round 2. Jahmyr Gibbs wins you leagues in 4 because he belongs, honestly, in round 2, but don't take him there. Don't take any of these guys in round 2 or anywhere near, or you're missing the point. You're not hearing Smitty. You're listening to Smitty, but you're not hearing him. And that's the point of these videos. I have a lot of people saying, Smitty, what about so-and-so? What about Garrett Wilson? What about Olave? The point of these videos, the best pick, the best 4 picks in fantasy football 2023 are ROI based, and all of these guys are getting drafted so many rounds later. Not, oh, they're still going to produce in the top 12 value. There's, like Garrett Wilson, they're still going to produce. You draft him at 10, he's still going to smash. The whole point of these videos are, what are the 4 best picks? What are the 4 best values? The best ROI, the best return on investment. And you got to have a little wiggle room to climb rounds. That's why these 4 guys qualify. Number 4, video 4 comes tomorrow. 1 is Burrow, 2 is Gibbs, 3 is Justin Fields. These guys absolutely win you a league if they don't get hurt, which you can't predict. But these guys crush their ADP. They could all climb into first round value, technically speaking. They all have the ability to be top 1 to 5 at their position. You heard me right about Gibbs. 1 to 5 capable. 1 to 5 capable. 1 to 5 capable. So how many points, how many yards, how many touchdowns can Fields rack up in 2023? This is Jalen Hurts' line from 2022. I honestly think Fields could reach a lot of these numbers. Even if we dial the passing yards back to, let's call it 3,500 yards, you might say that's a big stretch from 2,200, Smitty, to 3,500. Everything I said about his passing situation implies that he didn't have an ability to even throw the football last year. You can't draw conclusions and call this guy, who was a drop back passer in college, incapable of throwing 3,500 yards at the NFL level. This is actually not a tough number to reach. 22 touchdowns. I think he can throw 22 touchdowns. 6 INTs. We'll give him 8. As they try and adapt this offense and they run into a couple extra problems. 760 yards. The rushing, we're just going to balance differently. We're going to call it 1,000 yards instead of 760, and we're going to call it 10 touchdowns instead of 13. But these guys are equal rushing talents. This line right here puts him right on pace with Jalen Hurts. He's going to have a Jalen Hurts from last year season in 2023. Don't like it? Enjoy the show. Now go dominate a league and try this on Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. We draft every Thursday, Friday, Saturday using code Smitty or the link in the description, which inserts code Smitty for you. You'll get a match of $100 on your first deposit from Underdog by using code Smitty. And if you want to draft live on the show with your boy, click that link now. Use that code now. Sign up now so you're not trying to scramble and do it at the last second and not get into the draft. We're drafting tonight. Do you want to be a part of the drafts tonight? Click the link. Get ready. Minimum of $10. They'll match up to $100. So if you do $10, they'll give you $10 and you can do a draft. Draft with us tonight. They got a new contest out called Weekly Winners where you draft your best ball team like normal, and every week it resets. So if you win week 1, you get $20,000. You get second, you get $10,000, then $9,000, $8,000. The prizes are crazy, but those are weekly prizes. If you're the week 2 winner, doesn't matter what you did in week 1, you win $20,000. Week 5 has nothing to do with week 2. No week ties to another. It's just straight up who's the weekly winner off the team you drafted in one sitting. So the strategy is through the roof. Do I draft a team based on week number 10 only because of the matchups? Do I draft around bye weeks? Do I draft around KC playing the Raiders in 2 matchups? Or you can decide whatever you want to do. You can play everything for 1 week to try and win that $20K inside that 1 week, but you draft one time at the beginning and the strategy is just crazy. So get on over to Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, or use the link in the description and draft with us tonight. Go trade for Fields in a Dynasty League. I'll tell you that right now. Go trade for all 3 of these guys. Video 4 coming tomorrow. Now get out of here.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.